we're gonna start the meeting.
Roll call,
Roll call.
okay? Karen is absent. Miguel,
Present.
Jasmine, Stuart,
Here.
and Sam,
Here.
okay?
We're gonna start with the pledge of allegiance.
Everyone, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So before we start, Miguel has requested that we do a moment of silence for all the fallen of 9/11. As we all can remember, that was a terrific day, a bad day, very horrific. So one moment of silence for everybody, please, in remembrance of them. Thank you. We're going to start with the announcements. We want to, first of all, we want to make everybody aware that obviously the pool is done. We finished the summer. The pool was closed last Monday. We want to thank the lifeguards. We want to thank the volunteers sitting at the front, taking tickets. And obviously volunteers who did not get paid. So we want to thank Mauricio Hernandez as a lifeguard. We want to thank Victoria Marin as a lifeguard. We want to thank Jasmine Sarabia as a ticket taker for a few days. We want to thank Lorena Gill and Talia Gill, my daughters, for spending their summers taking tickets at the pool. So that's that. And then I want to move on to, we received a donation from what the money that was left from the barbecue fest back in 2016, 17. The money was in a marked project account, and the ones that were managing that money was Lisa Bamberger and Tim O'Connor. So Kim O'Connor says, you know, Sam, we have this money left. We want the pool to have it for Kim O'Brien. I'm sorry. We want the pool to have this money for whatever you guys need in reference of the pool. So that money is in transition to the pool fund. And we want to thank Lisa and Kim. Another announcement is, sadly, the bathrooms at the pool park have been vandalized 4 times already. And it's a disappointment for us, for the village of Fleischmann's, every time, and for obviously for DPWs when they have to go and work and clean up all the mess. I believe people think it's funny to go and damage and do nasty stuff in the bathrooms. They must think it's funny. I mean, the first time, you know, we went and cleaned it up, no big deal. The second time, the same thing. The third time, they broke the water pipes, so we have to have a plumber to come over and fix it. I really was hoping, and I believe that that was going to be it, and people was not going to do any more damage. You know, they have their fun, that's it. Unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago, the same thing happened. came, threw toilet paper all around the men's bathroom. The toilet cover was in the urinal. And I can't tell you anymore how disgusting that bathroom was. So it's a disgrace and it's upsetting. This time I did call the state troopers and I filed a report. I really hope that everybody, especially on a day like today when many people die, and previous to that we have all those we have all the people in the military fighting for us for the safety. When you guys go home and you fall asleep, you sleep in peace. There's no, you guys are not afraid that something might happen at night. And we want to thank all these people. The village of Fleischmanns is very small. And I believe we should start working together and working as a community and stop the instigation. Too much instigating, emails, stuff that people says that I scratch my head and I can't believe it. I do want to tell you one thing, and this is going to be the first and last. The village of Fleischmanns is open for everybody, and I'm looking for equality for everybody. The ballpark, when somebody requests to use a ballpark, we, as a village, the trustees, the village clerk, and we also include Carol, our trustee. We're a group. And when somebody requests that they like to use the ballpark for certain hours, certain days, we sit down, we talk. It's been done in the past. We go ahead and do it. They provide the certificate of liability, and by all means, enjoy what we have. Enjoy the assets that the village has. That's what they're for. We have the print house, which is bringing a lot of people. You know, it's bringing a lot of new people to Fleischmanns. Good. We have the Arts Inn that is having their nights of music, gatherings. That's great. We have the Church of God, and all they do is pray during day hours. They don't bother anybody after night. So equality for everybody. So we go from one end to the other. And again, I really like to ask everybody, start working together. Nobody's going to take nothing from Fleischmanns. Nobody's going to prevent anybody from using anything in Fleischmanns. About 6 weeks ago, Cindy Baker approached us and said, we would like to have a memorial for a person that has passed that belonged to the tennis committee. We would like to ask for permission at the ballpark to use the ballpark. And we would like to use, she said, 2-3 hours in memory of this person. We would like not to have anybody, you know, playing soccer, tennis, disturbing their ceremony. So once again, we agreed. We put flyers out. It was 3 hours, and everybody within the tennis committee was there. We are not preventing anybody from using anything except when people request permission to use something. So with that being said, that's basically what's going on with the village. Equality for everybody, and all the assets that we have are for everybody to use. So that's that. We're going to put the minutes for last month.
Let's do
Motion for
first one, the approval next thing.
I think that's.
Okay.
So motion to approve the minutes for August 14th meeting.
I'd like to approve the minutes for August 14th, 2023. make a motion to approve those minutes.
Okay, motion by Stuart. Jasmine seconds it. Aye.
Aye.
Can I ask a question, Sam?
Yes, go ahead.
I just, I'm not sure if everyone's clear about all the different things he was talking about, but I'm not totally clear on what's going on.
Okay, so Miguel, what happened is, do you remember the memorial we went to?
Yeah.
So there was an email that was spread out saying, you know, that I, Samuel Gill, took the advantage of. In other words, the bottom of the line was saying, is this a way that we're gonna be, the ballpark is gonna be blocked, question mark? You know, not being access to anybody. So that's basically what that is.
I see.
So I don't think you got it. I got it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. So I want to clarify to everybody. There's no such a thing. All the village assets belong to the village. And I, as the mayor, don't have and don't plan to take away anything from the village. So that's basically it.
Sam,
Yes,
may I ask a question?
would you mind waiting until comments,
Fine, okay.
please? Thank you. Stuart, you want to comment on the wastewater?
Wastewater treatment plant report for August, it was 414 man hours charged for that month, and there were no alarms or emergencies to report. So we're doing very well. It's the end of the height of our season, and we did really well. There was no after-hour emergencies.
Good, thank you, Stuart. Code enforcement officer, the monthly reports. As many of you may know, Carl Von Hassel, still a little bit, not 100% up to speed. He's not feeling too well. Miguel Martinez is going to be helping him as far as going around and inspecting the things that Carl is supposed to do.
Well, he asked me to do fire inspections.
Fire inspections, right? Yes. So just for everybody's knowledge, Carl is still active, but not to 100%. And we are doing anything that we can do to assist him and get things under control, and then get everybody to do what we're supposed to do. Clean up your sidewalks, trim your bushes, you know, garbage and things like that. And any construction that we see, make sure that they have a permit in the village to do whatever they're doing as far as construction. Financial reports. And then we have under all businesses, we're still dealing with the playground. The playground, many of you might know that are missing some tiles, broken, damaged. And Jasmine has been working with finally tracking down the company, since we don't have any documentation of whoever did the job, whoever did the work. So Jasmine has been doing some tracking down, and finally she got a person that she's been talking to. Jasmine, you wanna mention that, please?
Yes, I sent emails, pictures of the damage of the playground, and right now where we're at, I'm waiting on a quote for the playground to be fixed, and then we'll bring it to the board and we'll take it from there.
Now, hopefully we'll do that next month.
Is the playground vandalism? Or
No,
is it
no, it's
worn
just
out?
basically worn out and, yeah. And then the other thing is paving of Main Street. We have that scheduled for next year. So that was on the budget from 4 months ago. So just so we know, we're gonna pave it next year. Main Street, Oil and Stone, I'm sorry. We're gonna do Oil and Stone next year. Yes, and that was on the budget 4 months ago. So that's that. And then just an update, moving to the new office down in the corner of Depot and Main Street. We're just waiting for MTC, right? MTC to finalize, come over and connect the internet. And then we're ready to go. So within the next, hopefully 2-3 weeks, yeah. So that's that. And then we're gonna move to public comments. Who wants to go first? Justin.
Nobody in their right mind is gonna disagree with anything you said in the opening. And I get the feeling though that you're preaching to the choir. And I would assume that, I don't do social media, but I would assume that your emails you're talking about are not just asking questions, they are in fact accusatory. And some are beyond, do not pass the test of sensibility.
Correct.
I also would assume that anybody on that list knows who's sending them.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I think we need to establish, what are we gonna do about that specifically? And as far as the damaged bathrooms, do we have any idea who's doing that?
No.
Because I can tell you, nobody here is doing it. And is there some way we can install an invisible video system? Okay.
Yes.
Is there a plan to do that?
Yes, Justin, we're working on that. We're looking into what systems we can actually install and they're gonna be usable. Yes, yes, we are. We're working on that.
Great.
Was the damage happening at night? The bedrooms left unlocked?
No, unfortunately not. During the day.
Wow.
Yes,
That's odd.
yes.
You talking to Egal with that, about the system,
About the systems? No. No, we're looking on our own. We're doing the research on our own.
Because he might be able to help you, he does stuff.
Yeah. We will. Anybody else? Fred?
I want this man to stop harassing me in the street.
Stop
He
right
yells,
away.
he yells stuff at me.
Stop right away.
Stop for
I have it on the.
Stop right
Stop
right away.
I was speaking.
This is,
about
this is a meeting regarding the village, and this is not personal.
Excuse me.
When he threatened me all the time and he stopped me all the time, I didn't come over
Guys.
here by his meeting
Okay.
and
Excuse me.
yeah.
Fred, if you feel like that, call the cops.
The cops don't do
If you
anything.
if you feel like that, call the cops.
This guy harassing me.
This is a
He
public
was
meeting.
mayor in this town for a long time, harassing us every day. We didn't come to the meeting like this. He's a faker, he's a liar, he said he was faking last time.
Hello.
This time he's faking, he's a faker.
Hello, please. This is a public meeting. We're trying to,
This is a
I mean,
village
look,
He's
issue.
a
I'm
faker.
not the only person being
Fred, I'm
harassed by
sorry.
this guy.
I'm sorry, Fred.
I have it,
I'd
I'd
You
like
can have
to.
whatever you want,
I'll
you
let
lived
you
in the village
listen to
for
it.
years, and
Fred.
please don't take us into the
Fred.
picture.
please,
You are the picture.
please,
Yeah, I know.
please.
I
Just,
have it
can
right
you
here. I'll take
please,
you in the back, but
can-
there's one profanity on
excuse
there.
me, Fred. If you don't stop, I'm gonna ask you to leave.
You wanna ask me to leave?
Fred,
Screw
please,
you.
Fred,
I don't give a.
Fred, Fred.
You're with him.
Fred.
I see you
Go with
talking.
him.
Yes,
We're
they
gonna say the same
time. You're a
Fred.
funny man. I'm done.
Fred, just take a look at the day that we are in today. Today is 9/11. There's no need for that. No need. So, anybody else before? Dan,
Yeah, I have a couple of things. The property at the corner of Wagner and Main, we try to make a turn onto Main Street. The bushes are hanging over the street, it's really hard to see
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. The other thing, I was looking for the previous minutes. I'm not sure where to find them online. I know they're supposed to be posted.
They're on YouTube.
They're on YouTube, Dan.
YouTube?
They're on YouTube. And then as far as the first question, we're working on that. We have many places, not only one place, many places that need to be pushed back. They need to do their work, they need to clean up their sidewalk with their branches, the bushes, not only one place then. So I know that place is easy for you because that's where you come out, but there's many places. Yes, we're working on that.
And
Anybody else?
We got watermelon growing
Vicky?
on our sidewalk.
Yes. After you
From the
move
ci-
into the new office,
After you said?
after you move
Uh-huh.
into the new office, are you planning to hold the public meetings there or still here?
At this time, we don't know yet, Vicky. We don't know yet.
Sam, I'm familiar with that property.
Okay,
And there's no room for a public meeting.
okay. So we don't know yet. Anybody else?
Is it possible to ask a question from an
Okay.
outside person?
There's somebody talking on this.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can even. My name
Yes.
is Eva Tyne. Can I ask a question? And I haven't been up in 2 or 3 weeks. There's a fallen tree on Wagner Avenue next to the Palace Hotel. Is something going to be done with that? I mean, it's an enormous tree that's just down.
Don't know how to work it.
Yeah, excuse
You know
me.
what? Nobody showed me how to do anything here.
Okay,
I had to
then-
learn how to do it myself.
Then you should go over to somebody and find out how to do it.
We
That's
didn't
all
ask,
I'm
we didn't
blaming
ask you to
you.
comment,
I'm just
ma'am.
blaming that somebody should know how to run it. So you should take it
Okay.
upon
Right.
yourself.
Our
to
next-
figure out how to
I
do it.
have
We didn't
so
ask you to
far.
comment.
Well, I-
Can you hear
Excuse
me?
me.
It's not my problem.
Hello?
Y'all came over here and
Please.
put this new system in here, so
Okay.
All right,
And,
so at the last meeting, I asked you about mowing. I was concerned, how we got the parcel that is the former Harriet Grossman property and DEC New York, bought it through, FEMA buyout.
Yes,
So there was a question, well, whose jurisdiction is it and what are we allowed to do?
uh-huh,
So I connected with the people I know there from when I was first approached by Mayor Winifred to look at the lot and see if there was anything we would like preserved in terms of shrubbery, vegetation, what have you. So we did that, and then we found an email that seemed a little upset that we had done so, and I immediately got in touch. And so ever since then, I've had a relationship there. So I called them back and I said, okay, here's what's going on. We need this area mowed. The street itself is filled with vegetation. We don't want it to turn into a hazard. It should be an asset to the community. So they were very cordial. I had the three people here who helped me, the City of Land Stewardship, the property management supervisor, and the person who grants the land use permit. So the bottom line is that the mowing is in fact under their jurisdiction. So I said, well, so how do we get it on the schedule? And their response was, I have to look into that. This is because they have a lot of these little FEMA property buyouts and they're juggling how do they fulfill their responsibilities. But they
Eva,
were
can you hear
very
me?
quick in getting back to me,
Just
very
nod your head.
cordial in dealing with me. And I wrote a
Okay,
few
can you
things
try
in there
turning
to
up your
explain the
microphone?
process. And I'm turning that over to you. The maps are in the county courthouse. I also have copies that I scribbled on, but I can send you copies. Bottom line is, you don't have to maintain it now. They are in charge, and in fact, they sent guys over today. They had a crew there today cleaning up the sort of overgrowth of shrubbery that was just cut down at the bottom along the sidewalk. But I should also tell you, the Delaware County has an easement there in order to be able to maintain their stream bank and keep the bridge safe. So there's a lot of different government entities, all the way up to the national government because it's FEMA. However, the guys in our bill are our contacts.
Yvonne Reuter.
Well,
Joined the meeting.
and whenever you have concepts for
Still
that
too
piece
low.
of land, how you would like to use it, and naturally, we would be coming up with something that ties in with the bridge, the flood mitigation, the whole purpose of why we work together with these departments. There's a story to tell there. So I told him after this village meeting, I would stay in contact, and as we developed the plan, we would then go through the process of getting a permit, which is what you do. You ask for a permit with all your ideas, your source of funding, what have you. So that's about the size of it, and I will hand this to you after.
Okay, thank you, Ann.
Very, very nice work.
Thank you, Ann. Anybody else? Gloria?
I just want to say in support of Fred, that maybe you could say something to everyone here, not pinpointing anyone, that they should not harass anyone, and they're not police, and they shouldn't be patrolling up and down and looking for trouble.
Gloria, did I pinpoint at anybody?
I'm not pinpointing.
You just said that. Did I?
I'm not pinpointing anyone, I just feel maybe you.
Okay,
could say
I'm talking to the general public.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you or Abraham or nobody in particular. I'm talking to everybody. So let's get that clear. Abraham.
If somebody thinks that somebody's a police or pinpointing, there's a person stopping with a car all over in the village, just like that, and nobody complains.
That's you.
I never, ever complained to her when she put on the car.
Shut up.
Okay, you don't live in the village, and you should shut up.
You shut up.
Okay,
That's
hello?
me.
Right to-
I have a right to say
Hello,
something too.
hello, hello, please. Okay, everybody, let's try to be polite and let's try to talk. No need for screaming.
You talk about us
Please.
joining as a community. Of
By the
course,
way,
isn't that
But
good
excuse me,
enough?
Paola, when somebody's speaking respectfully and education calls that you wait until that person ends and then you talk.
Okay,
That's what I was taught, and I didn't get made it to
When
college.
we walk down over here, you know, there is some modesty that we wanna move the chair. We move it like this, she moves it like this. She's fighting for nothing.
Okay,
She should be
all
ashamed.
right.
For 10 years, she's fighting.
Hello,
10
Yes.
years.
Yes,
Howdy.
paper in the store,
Okay.
all over.
Okay.
I must say, you go around from the village here, and the lady that just spoke, she takes her dog, she walks around, and every 100 feet or 50 feet, she leaves
The stuff from the dog, okay. Okay.
That's not a lie.
And I prove it,
That's not a lie.
I'll show you
Okay.
pictures of
That's
it.
All
not
right.
a lie. You know it's not a
Okay,
lie.
so please,
You know.
let's try to, if we know we're doing something wrong, let's try to be better at it and make it, whatever we're doing, let's try to work together with the villages. We have no time to be wasting. This has been going on for years. It just didn't start. Paula.
You talk about patrolling the street. I was on Wagner Avenue for about 4 hours on Sunday. You went by 5, 6 times taking
I could
pictures.
go 20 times.
Excuse me,
Yes.
What are
Paula.
you taking
Yes,
pictures
yes,
at?
I did take
You're
a picture
patrolling.
because you
You're the one.
and Cedrine and Halpern complaining that the palace will have cars parked outside.
I didn't
Never a
say it.
car, but Cedrine could park a car outside.
We didn't-
Everybody could park, nobody complains. If it's a Jewish
I never
guy,
complained.
it's a left Jewish name, yes.
talking
No,
about?
we're not gonna tolerate it. No,
Okay,
no,
hello.
no.
That's
Okay.
it's full of shit.
Yeah, it's up for
Oh.
grabs.
And I did
Yeah,
not.
watch your
Just
All right.
language.
park in the
Yeah,
street.
okay.
Yeah, I've heard
All
that
right.
language.
Anybody else before we close the meeting?
Yes, can you hear me? I am calling on Zoom. Can you hear me?
I can hear you vaguely. If you speak and everybody's quiet, I'll let him know what you're saying.
Okay, okay. What I was asking is that there was, and don't know if it was removed, an enormous fallen tree on the property next to the Palace Hotel.
Yep, that's
Is
Mr.
anything
Marchetta's
being done
property.
about it? Is anything being done about that?
Is anything being done about the
Yes.
tree at Mr. Marchetta's?
Yes, yes. That tree is gonna be cut down within the next couple of months and it's going to be removed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, and is that a
Okay, thank you.
responsibility? Is that a responsibility of an individual property owner, or
Yes.
is that the village responsibility?
The property owner,
Okay, okay, thank you.
Dan,
No, yeah, just want to know what the status is of the building next door.
okay, the latest that we have, that's owned by the county, as many of you know. The county has reached out to the Church of God in Kingston. They have given to them 90 days to come up and pay what they owe and they need to tear that down. If within 90 days they don't comply, the county already has a buyer for it. So that's the latest.
You know, when the 90 days is up?
That just happened last week. Yeah. So if there's no more, yes.
What was the amount of the donation for the pool?
For the pool, Barbara, it was about $2,900. About $2,900. We will know the number when it comes in.
Okay.
Yes.
Was there any follow-up with Peg as far as what was the amount of
No,
the grant? And
not this time, no.
can we dig into that in the next couple of weeks, like figure out where, because it seems to me that it's gonna make a big difference in what gets fixed and what doesn't
We will.
get fixed. And I'm very interested.
Randy?
Wait a minute, I'm very interested in terms of the development of these different spaces to know how we can fit some of that.
Okay,
underneath
Ann,
those
thank you. We will make that note. Thank you. Randy?
Concerning the sign, I understand that actually all the paperwork and the approvals have been given, and that there's a sign from last year that exists to be able to move the welcome to Fleischman.
Yeah, but the only thing we need to do that, Randy, is we need to finalize details. We need to first of all, the trustees, we need to put that in concrete, close it, and then who's gonna do the installation? And who's gonna pay for it? The village has no money. So that's where you guys all come in.
So we need to figure out how much.
Yeah, you need to figure out how much it's gonna cost you and how much, yes, yes, yes.
But all the paperwork with the, I guess, the state, from what I understand, all of that's in place. In other words, I think that they wanted to move the sign of property that belongs, isn't that true? Sort of the county's in charge of parts of the road?
DOT.
The DOT.
DOT, yes.
And they've given approval to be able to move the sign closer to the road where it can be seen. That's all been taken care of, from what I understand. The paperwork has been
So
done.
we met with Brendan, and I don't think it's set in stone yet.
Yeah.
But he had all of the paperwork.
He presented all the ideas to us.
Well, from what I understand.
He looked into it, he spoke to DOT.
But they have given approval.
They may have, but we haven't decided an exact location, talked about different locations. I took a drive down from Bel Air after that, and there are 3 signs as you come down that mention Fleischman's in a row. And I noticed that the first one's small, the second one was behind a bush, couldn't see it.
Well, that's us down the road. That's after you
It's
make the turn.
pretty, no, it's on Route 28.
Very small.
There are 3 of them there, and you know, yeah, so it would involve moving the one that exists.
No, there's another one actually.
We're gonna add 2.
There's another one that would could be moved forward.
So that was something that I was gonna talk to Sam about, because then it becomes a little redundant to have 2 big Fleischmann signs like 10 feet away from each other.
I don't think it's 10 feet. I don't know the details exactly.
If you want to get in a car and come down the road with me one day on Route 28, we can look at it.
Absolutely.
Because one thing I brought up in that meeting was that the second entrance could use a better sign on Depot Street. And you know, a lot of times people come 55 miles an hour and they miss that turn.
Well, they miss it going either way.
Right. So the depot's the next one, and that's kind of a safer bet. So
let's look at it together.
I
I'm
think
not sure I agree with that.
comprehensively, you know, we could look at all 3. There are 3 entrances to the village at once and address the whole thing. But yeah, the conversation is ongoing, and there's nothing definitive yet.
I know they want to make clear is that there's nothing stopping us from a current point of view.
Well, Randy, to be clear, we haven't seen any approvals from DOT. We saw paperwork that was gonna be submitted to DOT. We haven't seen anything coming back. So if nobody else has anything else, we're gonna close the meeting. Done.
No, you mentioned that the village has no money in the budget, but I see on here fundraising. I just want to know what the status is on fundraising.
Zero
Is anybody
fundraising.
doing anything on the board for fundraising?
Say that again?
Is anyone on the board doing anything for fundraising?
No, we're not doing any fundraising right now. Not right now. Okay,
Can I mention one more thing?
go ahead, Miguel.
I don't know if anyone noticed in the paper this week, Patricia Jones, does anyone know Patricia Jones? She died. I'll just read a quick thing here. She passed away on September 3rd. She was 83, preceded by her husband, Charles Jones, known to many as Choo Choo Charlie, and her daughter, Patsy Ann Gentry. And she had resided in Arkville. Pat enjoyed bowling and attending tournaments across the county, across the country. She was involved with the Fleischman's Fire Department and the Village of Fleischman's Board. She also co-owned and operated Choo Choo Charlie's Bar and Restaurant in Fleischman's. I don't know how many of you pay attention to Roger Davis's Facebook page, Memories in Town, Milltown, but he talks about Choo Choo Charlie's a lot. It's a very popular place. I think it was Chinese food. It may have been like the only Chinese food ever in Fleischman's, but that was in the 60s and 70s. So I don't know. I never knew Patricia, but she died the other day.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you. A lot of local residents, they know, they used to be good customers of that bar, Choo Charlie's. Yes. Okay, yes.
I just wanted to chime in that the signage is very important to the success of Fleischman's, and to have to create 2 new signs doesn't seem like a terrible waste of funds. I know it's always all about money, but signage is important for our village to be successful.
Without a doubt. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close the meeting. We have bills to pay. All right.
Motion to order to the vouchers.
I second.
Motion.
All agree? Aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
Aye.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Okay.
Yeah, I had a memory of what